have learned from that incident. There was also this incident of Efia Singaton. Her stranded for a while when I'm told she got to Canada. She is now living in Canada. I don't know if the husband is living with her or he's now in Ghana, but we got the news that was on April 1st. You know, April's Fool. So people felt it was
a prank.
April Fool or a prank or whatever. The news was that they had separated and they were living their separate lives, and a lot of things were unraveled. Allegations, particularly from the wife or the I don't know whether to call it late wife. Sorry, former. I've skipped the lady. Please, I'm sorry. Somebody said somebody will go to hell because of grammar. You say, God.
You go to court. Court is where you end up.
You say, God, without me, you are nothing. This man is going to hell not because of sin.
It's the heart that matters. God will understand.
Grammar, you are going to hell.
It's the heart that matters. God
so
will
yes,
understand.
not late. Is former. Or
now, Alpha, have you seen this man?
Yeah, we'll talk about him too. We'll talk. You see,
another legend.
You see, the way we'll discuss it separately. There's the issue of when couples are becoming more successful. The people who usually will stand by them in times of difficulty, when things begin to improve, when things begin to change, it looks as if they seem to shift in their interest and in their taste and in their options. And usually the people who stood by them in times of difficulty don't seem to be the kind of people they want now that they have succeeded in life. Yes, it seems to be the case both on the men's end and on the women's end. But this morning my proposition is that it is much more serious on the side of the woman as compared to the side of the men.
What do you mean by that?
Do you want us to get into that debate?
No, I just want you to explain what that statement means.
What I mean by that is that it is easier for a man to marry somebody from, say, poor background, whilst himself is struggling and be successful and stick with that same partner. Do you understand? And still stick with that same partner regardless of the fact that there is difference in terms of success, in terms of achievement and what have you. But it is on the other side much more difficult for a woman to stick to her partner who she started with when she had more or less nothing, or she was starting life, or she didn't know what was happening. When she becomes more successful, usually she doesn't seem to want to live or to want to continue with the marriage or the relationship with the guy. I'm saying the guys do it to women, women do it to men, but the rate at which men or the rate at which women do it to men outweighs the rate at which men do it to women. I don't know if I'm making sense.
Okay.
That's the proposition. That's a proposition I am making this morning.
Okay.
It is up for debate. I'm not saying it is cast in stone. It is up for debate. But from where I sit and from the things I've seen and from the stories I've heard and the stories I have lived, it appears to me that
stories you have lived.
My lived experiences. So that's what I'm saying. Now, so
somebody
just like that. No, let's deal with the weightier matters.
Okay.
Don't make it.
Okay.
Don't deal with.
Okay, I'll just note it down somewhere. I'll ask
you can't
later.
note it down anywhere. In fact, this morning nobody's using pen in the studio. And you can't note it in your head too.
It's in my head, so yes. Very flat.
So yes, there are two issues. The people who, when they become more successful, want to leave their partners. there's also another closely related matter.
Mm.
The Ashraf Hakimi policy.
Yeah.
The Hakiminic theory of marriage. The who is the other guy who did that recently? This one, his name is Kabil.
Kabilin.
Kablin.
Kabilin.
I'm told Asamoah Gyan also applied similar strategy also. So men these days, successful men these days, don't have anything, technically speaking, because of what they think could happen to them. So Ashraf Hakimi was married or was with his partner, and the partner, for some reason, filed for divorce. And you know, in the Western world, not even in the Western world, even in Ghana, the 50-50 policy is something that is really serious. That if you marry someone, of course, it is believed that the properties that you've acquired during the process, when there's a split, ought to be split in half. Okay, so that each parties will take their share of it.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
Now, that theory has been there in existence. It's much more serious in the Western world. So now what we are beginning to see is that people who on the face value you can say are successful, because footballers, they take huge sums of salaries at the end of every week. So your reasonable expectation would be that these people, they have money. But then when the divorce is filed and the court processes is followed, then it is revealed that the man got only you. Like, technically speaking, he doesn't own anything. So for Ashraf Hakimi, his properties were registered in his mom's name. You understand? For this guy, the TikTok guy, I told his father, his dad.
Everything. Yeah.
Some people, their brothers, sisters, and what have you. So that is something that is beginning to unfold, and a lot of men seem to be applying that theory. I don't know how the justices will apply the law to make it fair but it looks like it's becoming the order of the day. So that too is another closely related topic that we'll deal with this morning. So these are the two issues
that we have
for discussion. And we want our friends to join us to do justice to all of these. You understand? Have you found the song?
Yes.
Let's play it. When we return, then we'll continue.
Okay. Okay, welcome back. I think we can begin our discussions now. I don't know why. Smile, Alpha. Please, let's continue. So, what I want to say for starters is that I think that the whole institution of marriage is kind of losing its relevance. I don't know, but that is what I think, because in this context that we are talking about it, I think, for one, if I'm going to marry someone, I am looking to the person, not looking to the person, but I'm hoping that my union with that person will bring some stability, some security. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
But then I think even for the men to, ordinarily, that should be the same thing. That, oh, you want some stability in your life, you want some what should I even call it, some stability, some love, some peace of mind, those kind of things. So I think all of those things that we hope to get out of marriage, it's
usually
fast
we don't
eroding.
seem to get it.
You understand? So
some people think that when you enter the institution of marriage, you are opening yourself up for
disappointment.
For problems, for
because
disputes here and there.
For me,
for pressure, stress, and what have you.
For someone like me who is not married, the stories that I'm hearing, it's not
so like really these days, the marriage stories are not encouraging.
Oh, but then, like I said, that is also because
we are highlighting
bad
on the
news
negatives.
Sort of sells.
Right.
When someone is enjoying, all of these people, when Ifwa was enjoying her marriage, she didn't come and tell us that, oh.
In fact, she came. She did tell us
yeah.
that at the point her husband was more or less perfect.
Yeah, that was before all of these things.
Yeah, because before, I'm sure in the in between something might have happened.
And I mean, no one even spoke about that. Oh, the way their marriage is nice.
Yeah, and a lot of people were even kind of. I've seen screenshots of people saying, "Oh God, give me this kind
of marriage."
Like,
because
they looked at it and it was like the husband would be holding the wife's back, leading her into when she was done with the singathon thing, more or less she attained that celebrity status, right?
Now in her recent, how do I even call it? But in her recent outburst, she told us that even when she was having the singathon, and it was a mother who proposed that just for the sake of appearances, she should go to the hotel with
the man.
With the man, and that's even throughout the whole singathon period, they were quarreling throughout.
And that some people had brought her flowers. He hurriedly went and took the flower, presented it as if it was his. That he was a lover boy. Meanwhile, he was nothing like that. And that when she was even under serious attack, she didn't come out to defend her. But this is a man who we saw holding placards in the middle of the night under a very unfavorable weather condition, giving her moral and physical and mental support. It looks as if all of those, at this point in time when there's a problem, all of those things were forgotten. And the man was under serious attacks. The thing I would need to say is that he kept his cool. He did not come out to speak.
He's not so far.
I've not heard him speak. I don't know if he had spoken that maybe I mean. Yes, I've not, and I thought that was really difficult to do, and he pulled it off because
I also think that
the
aftermath of some of these relationships, right? I don't know, because I mean, if you're starting at the start of the relationship, it wasn't public. It was like, oh,
nobody knew.
No one knew, right? So I think that if things go south and then you realize that, oh, this is not going as I hoped it would, and you want to back out, just really go away without all the noise.
I think it's the social media's role these days in relationship is becoming serious.
Yes, and I read an article once, Alpha, that was saying that you think that you are in a relationship with someone, but then there's a dominant, should I say, sort of judge. There's a dominant person in that relationship who determines what happens, and that person that determines how most of the things that you do in the relationship go is social media. Because you think that you are doing everything that you are supposed to do.
Yeah.
And then your partner, this most especially, I don't know, maybe because I'm a girl, let me just speak from that angle.
Because you are a lady.
Yeah, because I'm a lady.
Or you are a woman.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most of them will just go on social media, watch some of these reels, hear some people talking, and that will be a determinant of what they expect
And that
from
becomes
you.
their standard.
So for instance, if you are in your own capacity, you feel like, oh, you are doing something, you are just helping her whenever you can, supporting and everything, and then she'll go and see someone somewhere saying that do not settle for less. As a woman, I am telling you,
not be an understanding girlfriend. Nobody gets an award for that.
You understand?
They'll be sharing on their
the
statuses.
man that you are understanding will get money one day and leave you.
And
You know, so there's that aspect that people are failing to understand that social media is not an accurate reflection of reality most of the time.
A lot of us, when we appear on social media, we bring the best sides of us.
You understand?
I have a lot of terrible pictures on my phone.
But you've not posted either.
But if I were to post a picture on social media, usually, as at the time, it was one of the best of my pictures that I'll post. What it means is that becomes what I show to the world. And the world might form an opinion out of what I show to them. And they will extend it to make, or they will look at it as my reality. And they will expect that people of similar backgrounds should have that same reality.
Yeah.
And so they will be expecting to have that. And whether through legal or foul means, they will expect to have it.
Yes.
Meanwhile, it might just be a picture. Meanwhile, my reality as at the time is in conflict of the picture I posted or the video I posted or the lifestyle bit I posted.
But the very nature of social media, you know, we, even as communicators, we talk about branding, marketing. So
Those
if
things
you
are
are
not,
selling yourself on social
you
media,
need to sell the best side of you.
Exactly.
Okay.
And so there's that angle of social media.
But you see, what I wanted to say is that the best side of you does not negate the negative side of you.
It doesn't neutralize.
Yes. In other words, if I put my best side of me out there, it doesn't mean I don't have a bad side.
Yeah.
The fact that I've not
shown you that side
doesn't mean it doesn't exist. So if your life is hinged on those expectations, forgetting that you have reality, everybody has reality. Everybody that you watch or listen to have things that they are going through. Is either you are coming out of a problem or about to enter into a new set of problem, or you are in a problem.
Yes. That is
how
life works.
Yes.
It's just problem solving.
Yes,
Every
you
time
can't say
there's a
you
problem
there.
that you are
At this
trying
point in time, everything is solved. Even the people you see to be the most successful, they are issues they're dealing with.
Exactly.
And those can easily be described or can perfectly be described as problems. So the point we are making here this morning is social media's role in our relationships and marriages. Yes, we are not vilifying or more or less making social media look like an entirely negative tool. No, that's not what we're saying. It depends on what you use it for. But I'm saying that if your standard of relationship is on the basis of what you see on social media, that might be half truth.
Exactly.
And that might lead you into forgetting the realities of the very people you're looking up to. And forgetting about the fact that they are real issues. And marriages will not be without problems. There's no institution. I've worked with Orange for 7 years. It has not been perfect. As of this morning, I have a problem. As of yesterday, I was having a problem. Tomorrow, I might have a problem. So if I were to look at those problems and say, oh, at this point in time, when I come, I will not give my best. That's wrong.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
I do.
So the point is, I think that, yes, we need to watch how people are behaving, what some people are doing. We need to learn from people. But I understand that life or things like marriage will not be rosy throughout.
Yes. So now we've spoken about the whole institution of marriage losing its relevance because of
I don't think it is losing
disappointment. I
its
think
relevance,
it
but I
is.
think it's having challenges, or its challenges are being more are being exposed.
More.
Yeah,
Okay. And then we have
because
also spoken about
our fathers, you live with your mom and dad. You could see they did have issues.
yes, but Alpha, I think it was different in the case of our grandparents, of our parents, because for the responsible ones, let me put it like that. So what I have seen with the older people is that, again, for the responsible one, let me just clarify, is that, some of these things that we are talking about, right, especially on the side of the woman, they know their duties and they are okay executing it. Do you understand that? Oh, I'm not in this marriage for just the benefits, especially when it comes to the material side of things.
It requires work.
It requires work. And so as the older generation, they would still cook even when they have issues, because that is what they are supposed to do.
That's their duty.
The women will still cook for their husbands. They will still respect, not all of them, but some of them. They'll still. So there's some sort of structure, right? When you go to the side of the men too, there's still provision. Like I'm not talking to you. You are not my favorite person at
it's
this.
my responsibility,
to take care of you, to give you, make sure you are okay, make sure the kids are okay, make sure everything is well taken. I think the older generation had that structure, right? I think in our days, all of that is eroding. I don't know if I'm the only one seeing it like that, because now it's like I'm in it for a reason. Everyone is in it for a reason. And I was even about to make that point, that the third thing I wanted to talk about was materialism now. And I think that one is a world view. But I think materialism is on a high. Like right now, people are focused on, young people most especially, are focused on becoming rich, making money, having some status in society.
That's
it's important, but I think the level of importance that we place on it is too much, and it's reflecting in how we relate with people. For instance, even outside the context of relationships, so let's come to platonic, how we relate to people around us. These days it is more easy to point out that this person is pretending to be nice because the person is rich. Because we see them, that even when you are relating to someone who is on the same level as you, or who is even beneath you, the way you relate with them is different. But when you see a big man somewhere, now you want to be humble and respectful and modest and all of that.
Because of what you think you may get.
Yes. You understand? Now, when it comes to relationships again, now it's like, especially in the case of these people, the men that we are talking about, where they sort of will their stuff to relatives of theirs, so that in the case there's a split, they don't lose out on anything. Like I said, it's the whole perception about marriage is eroding, because I feel like on a normal day, when you are going to marry, you shouldn't even have to be thinking of all of these things.
Even though you may have to think it along the line.
It's a point that you should consider. But it's gotten to the point where no one feels safe, but we are still doing it.
Okay.
Because the woman going into the marriage knows that, if anything happens,
I may benefit in this way.
I may benefit. But if I'm not smart enough, I may not get what I'm looking to get from this relationship or this marriage. And the man is well aware.
Especially the successful man.
He's also aware that because of where I've gotten to in life, I have to take care of myself. Because these days, people cannot be trusted, especially the women that you are with. And which is even more ironic, because it's like, if you can't trust the person who is living under your roof,
who else can you trust?
And so I think all of these things, I don't know, to me, it is compromising how the institution of marriage should function in my eyes. Because like I said, I really understand the logic behind, let me will my properties to my father or my mother. And it has been proven over and over again that these things do happen, especially to the footballers, to the NBA players, that they just
finish and everything is.
I was reading a case, I've forgotten the player involved. I don't know if the person was a footballer or an NBA player, but it was a case like that, and he dated the person for a good 16 or so years without marrying the person. They got married and they divorced in a year.
Yeah, I've seen a lot. Some. I think a musician, is it Birdman or so? His case was the same. They were dating for like 15 or something years. They married in no time. Everything.
You are filing for divorce. So because I'm like in those 15 years, there's nothing about the person that you didn't realize that you realized after the marriage.
So you may have done that because of some benefits, other considerations.
You get it. And then now like I said, I do understand the logic behind it, but it's not safe for anyone because, when this case involving RNAQ came out like this, now I saw a commentary of someone saying that what this ruling has proved is that marriage is not an investment. That if you are looking to build with a man, you should think twice about it. Because the man that you are building with, there's an aspect of him you haven't seen, which is the rich man version of him. And when he gets rich, he may not want you.
I think that was the initial point we're trying to more or less elaborate on. The fact that from both ends, when success begins to come, the attitude changes. Okay, the attention. That's when men, for instance, will know that they have a spec. You understand? That's when men will realize that, I have been more or less managing or restricting my feelings or my wants for a very long time. Now that I have the resources, this is the time to explore, to get what I have always wanted. But because of lack of resources, I couldn't go for that. To be honest with you, there are lots of men who are like that. We men, especially our first marriages. Our first marriages, sometimes the last time I was telling you, we marry the women we need.
And I think you put it so well that men marry the women they need.
Yes. And then when we begin to be successful, we go for what we want. Or the kind of woman we want. Now, the difference between the need and the want is that the want is what you desire. They are fit. Like this one, Charlie, buy the cocoa, come at tintin, or be anybody nice. Like it's about what the eyes is seeing. What you understand. What you need is who you think will help you in this circumstance. Who has the capacity to understand you at this moment? Who can sacrifice with you along the journey? That's the need part. And usually for the first one, we are like, okay, this one there, we can't go ahead. So let's go for, even when you want to go for what you want at that time, the person you want might not want you. So we are discouraged from going for what you want.
So you go for what
so you'll have to settle for what you need or who you need. Now, when things begin to change, I realize that the men begin to change. And I think even for the Muslim community, usually, we are given the right to marry more than one. The maximum number is 4.
You can't do 5.
You can't do 5.
That's sad.
What some of the men would do is for the first wife, you go for attitude, character. That one, he will be very, like I said, where is she coming from? The family. How is she? How does she behave? How does she talk to me? All of those things. He is very particular on those, usually. Now, when he wants to add the second one, he say, okay, now, Charlie, I need an educated person. I need somebody who at least have a degree. She must be fair. She must be, the way she appears, appearance should. So they will go for that kind. So usually when you go to the allergies, who we call the allergies, and who have married like 4, when you look at the first, you're like, hey. Then you go and look at the second, you say, allergy, young girl, allergy, allergy. You understand? So that scenario plays out in that context. So what it means is that for those who legally cannot marry more than one, what they do, or they might be doing, the men, is that, yes, they are married to you, maybe because of what you've done, they may not want to leave you, or even if they want to leave you, they will not want to initiate it. So they will be engaged in other relationships with other people who they want at that time. The specs they need, the kind of wife they had dreamt of, the kind of woman they envisaged, fantasized about. That's when they will begin to know, okay, Charlie, maybe I need to consider that. Now I'm saying that even when you want to do that, have some respect for the person who stood with you in times of need. What some other men will do is to frustrate those women, subject them to more treatment, as if omunyenipa. Because at this point in time, he feels, what else? I mean, I've gotten what I want. So if you like, go. In fact, some of them strategically want to punish you to the extent that you will go.
Me, from what you are saying, I'm scared that I'll end up becoming. I hope it doesn't happen. Please, God, make me the one that they want, not the one they need.
So
the security side is there, right? It's like Alpha. Now, I know from what you've said, and social media has also made it possible for us to discuss some of these things. Wait, before I continue, I hear that Tanosu UB, they are listening to us, so let me give out.
Oh, okay.
Shout outs to them. Tanosu UB.
Tanosu UB.
Yes.
They have been listening to us.
Yeah.
Who sent you that one?
Alex.
He's been sending me. This day he doesn't send it to me. Now he has gotten a new friend. Hey.
Yes.
He favors women and men.
No,
what men do men? What men do men? What man do man? Man is the enemy of man.
Anyway,
okay, let's move on.
So I was saying on the security front.
Yeah.
As you were saying, now people are so aware that if I end up becoming the woman that he needs, it might not go so well for me when he gets rich. He's going to go in for the one that he wants, and then that woman is going to enjoy the fruits of my labor. Oh. You get it. So
for some of the women, they are strategic. They're
exactly.
Like,
okay, so now
me too.
I won't be the one you need. I'll be the one that you want. And so
I'll have to.
So I won't. So that is what someone was saying. A woman was saying that in the case of RNAQ, you know that you don't want to end up becoming the one that I'm building with. You don't want to be like, I'm the supporting, understanding wife. You don't want that, because in the long run,
we need those people too.
In the long run, they're going to leave you.
No, it's not in the long. It's not everybody.
And so
the way you are making it, you are generalizing the
so
thing.
Build yourself.
Oh no, as for the woman, the woman today, the woman today will have to. It's no more optional. It used to be optional those days. Just like you gave the example. They didn't have a problem leaving the woman in their house and going out there to come home and fend for them, provide for them. That was the normal expectation. Do you understand? It has drifted. Now, whether the man will become what we are discussing this morning, will change, will metamorphose into something else or not, still does not negate the fact that the woman will have to build, because if for nothing there is death. The man can die one day,
which is true.
You may have kids who will have to depend on you, the woman. So assuming you are just there, not doing anything, not economically active, you've not learnt any skill, you are not employable, and something like that happens, what's going to happen to the family? So that now has become a mandatory requirement, regardless of what the man will become. So as for that,
I didn't even finish. So
please finish.
The woman was saying, build yourself.
Yes.
Invest in yourself and be very selfish in a relationship.
No, you don't have to be selfish. I disagree with
because no one will look out for you. Because the man that, if you say that, you want to be a selfless spouse or a selfless partner, and you always want to make sure that, I'm the one pushing him, I'm the one supporting him, I'm the one doing all of those things for him. In the long run, when he makes it, he may not be as selfless as you are, because the perception is that now everyone is selfish.
You're right.
And
inherently we are selfish beings, are we not?
Yes.
Yeah.
But now, like I said, because materialism is at an all-time high,
we are becoming more selfish.
Yes, the selfishness is high. So be selfish. Look out for yourself. Because no one will look out for you.
I disagree with the principle of being
Selfish.
selfish. I think that if we all approach marriage with that mindset, assuming the kind of marriage we will have, the man being selfish, the woman being selfish, what's going to happen to the union? It's going to be a very disgruntled, a very disorganized union. You understand? You see, the purpose of marriage demands that you bury that selfishness. In fact, it's one of the fundamental requirements of marriage. You understand? Because if you are selfish in your thinking and your act, you will not survive in marriage. Because marriage is there's a platform where you need a lot of sacrifices. A lot of because a lot of the things you will do in your husband's house, maybe in your father's house, you are not doing them. You understand? A lot of sacrifices you'll have to make sometimes. You may not be doing those things when you were not living with your husband. So I think that the whole institution of marriage is built on selflessness. So selfishness is a direct negative to the very institution of marriage.
I agree.
So for me, I will agree with some of the things she said. But on the point of being selfish, it should be on the occasion of you suspecting that, well, because you see, men don't just change within a twinkle of an eye. People, when you are living with them and you are a reasonable person and you are observant, you will see the changes when it starts.
You see the signs.
You will see the signs. The only thing sometimes that happens is that you may be blinded by something and they will not want to avert your mind to the changing realities. Do you understand? If not, if a man or a woman is changing, it's not a sudden event. It is something that builds up over a time. So you begin to see it in her mannerism, in his mannerism, in his attitude. The time he used to come home, you realize that something is changing. The kind of conversation you used to have, something is changing. The time he used to have for you, something is changing. The excuses, and a lot of things will begin to happen. And you realize, because he is not he cannot, engineer some
attitude.
No, you will see it. So the point is, if you happen to begin to see that, and you make the effort to want him to change, and you realize that it's not happening, then at that point, and I'm not too sure a lot of people will have issues with you when you begin now to be selfish in your thinking, to say, well, I need to also protect my future. I need to protect my interest. I need to have an option, an alternative. What if? So that's when the what if syndrome will kick in. Because at that time, you have been given a justifiable reason to think along that line. But I'm saying if you start the whole thing with that mindset, then the marriage is dead on arrival.
Yes.
So that's the point.
Yes. And so, but these days, Alpha, even before all of these divorce cases came up, this is one narrative. I don't know the side of social media that you are on, but for me,
I am on the ones that a lot of older people are on. I'm on Facebook, but
Facebook.
I do a bit of TikTok.
Okay, I don't know if you see some of these advices on relationship.
I've seen some of them very weird advices sometimes.
You get
sometimes
it
to very good ones.
Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. So I think,
and sometimes it is.
You should be discerning.
It is
right?
subjective.
You should exactly. And the last time Mark said something that was very, very wise. He said, it is wrong of you to assume that somebody's advice, wholesome advice,
applies to your situation,
can help you, because your situation is different.
Yes.
Your lived experiences is different from what the person was exposed to. Your circle of friends is different from his circle of friends.
There may be general principles that will apply to all of us.
Yes,
but there are peculiar issues.
You understand? So you can't take everything that you see.
Hook, line, and sinker. Baby, it
won't help you. And so I was making the point that these days on social media, the people who are relationship experts, that is one narrative that they've been pushing.
Relationship experts. Yes, there are people like that, counselors, etc. I've heard some very funny stuff from some of those people. There's one in Accra. Anytime I hear him, I'm like, wow. So who is this guy advising?
Who is he? But it will shock you that people
a lot of
actually go to
people
him.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
It will shock you. And so they'll say, be selfish, be this, be this, be that. And all of those things are like from either experiences that they've had, they've lived.
Uh-huh.
And I was saying, I don't know if I've told you this before, that I've had this experience with a friend of mine, right? And she, from where I sit, I see that, oh, things are okay. It's like, ordinarily, she shouldn't have a context to be saying some of these things, that, this, men are this, men are this, men are that, men won't support you. Like, she shouldn't. But because of the things that she has been overly exposed to, because she hears someone saying that,
and she wants to belong to that.
You get it.
Wagon,
it kind of twists your perception on how you see something. So people may make innocent comments, and because of what you've heard, because of what someone has told you,
contextualize it in that,
and then
scenario.
you put the person in a certain category. And so, all you know, as we've already said, I don't think social media is the best judge of whatever relationship that you are in. Social media cannot be the judge of how your mother treated you, how your father treated you, how your husband is treating you. You can't
If the treatment is good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad.
You can't live through the lens of other people.
Yeah.
And you can't say that because this person is having this exposure, this person is having this experience, and the boyfriend is giving him 10K and buying her houses and buying cars for her. What are you doing?
Yeah.
The boyfriend is different from your boyfriend. And you are not seeing the hard parts. You are not seeing the parts where they fight, the parts where it gets messy. You are not seeing all of those things. And so just let's be really guided in what our expectations. When it comes to security, which is my worry, that these days, because of our mindset, it's like you are not secure in a relationship.
No. We
Nobody.
Are
Women are not secure. Men are not secure.
And everybody is going into the marriage with,
and
like I
said. Now, you people are married.
Because everybody is scared of the other.
Yes.
Like
we all say that
this guy.
Men are not good.
Men
are saying
fear women, fear men.
You understand what I'm saying?
We are all fearing each other.
But we are getting.
Meanwhile, we are married. That's quite an interesting thing. But I think you see on the divorces and the issue of whether or not success. We've spoken about the men's perspective. Now, for the women's perspective, using the Afia Singathon's example, I think that I think that it's also something that largely, in marriages, it used to be the case that usually the man is relatively ahead of the woman. Okay, both in finances, in education, exposure, resources, and what have you. But just like you said, or we have come to agree, things are changing today. But then that changing circumstance is also bringing different set of problems, where because women used not to occupy that lead role in terms of who has the capacity, or even competitive capacity, to the extent that every man says earning 10, I'm earning 8. That's competitive. Now, because now things are changing and women are finding themselves in that position, that is influencing certain kind of mindset and behavior from some of the women. Do you understand? Where you realize that immediately some of the women begin to experience success, begin to experience exposure, like in the case of this lady, begins to now relate with bigger people, okay, who perhaps are way in a different league as compared to her husband. Then you realize that during those engagements and in the process of those conversations you have with those people, her mind begins to change. She begins to ask questions. And Charlie, if I look at the level, if I do the rating,
allow him to be
Charlie, why? Charlie knows. And influence. There are people, friends, who begin to tell these people some things. Now at this point, Charlie now, mere journalist, daily guide reporter, daily guide journalist. Orange FM morning shows. No morning shows. Go for look at the caliber of the people, and yeah, all of these things will be said. So if care is not taken, it influences these people, and they begin to act funny sometimes. They begin to say things. They begin to act in a different manner. And by the time you realize the relationship or the marriage is gone. So success is a good thing. But what we've established this morning is that, unfortunately, success in marriages, when it begins to come, creates different set of problems. The men behave differently, the women will begin to behave differently. So I don't know how we can solve that. I don't know how people can deal with that. But I'm seeing that there's some things that anybody should possess. The spirit of acknowledging where you started, who helped you, and the belief to be loyal to those people. I think every man, yes, we need to be selfish. I'm sure you've been in positions where you could easily have chosen a selfish
stand.
Say, okay, Charlie, the team, everybody's Charlie. So let me do what will help me and go. All of us may have been in that, but we chose something rather. We're like, Charlie, nipa idea at this point in time, I will have to support the person. I will have to be with the person.
Principles.
I will have to stick with the person. This is when he needs me the most. We've not been in that position before, because the very person who is coming for you did not see you when you started. He was not there when you started. You have started with this person, you've lived with this person, now you've gotten to this stage, and now people are beginning to tell you things. I'm saying that if you have that mindset of, where did I start? Where am I coming from? When I was nobody, who were the ones who were willing to sacrifice? Because at the time, they didn't know what they were going to get. They didn't know whether things would turn out the way it has turned out. But they still wanted to help. They still wanted to offer me a supporting hand. I'm saying that those people, the way you treat them should be different from any other person. Every human being must have some level of loyalty in him. You understand?
Yeah.
So me, like this, the teacher who helped me to go to see me, I can never forget him. I may not be able to do much for him, but that acknowledgement,
It's there.
that recognition will continue to be there. The person who gave me this platform to work, Kwame Aduwente, regardless of where I will go in the future, I will never forget him, because he had the option not to go. In fact, I was the least person to have given the opportunity to. But he felt that, well, let me give this young, maybe he will prove something. And now we are here. So I'm saying that every human being, whether in marriages, whether in whatever relationship, you must have a bit of that. Because without that, then we will all be thinking about our interest and whatever. And by the time we realize we have acted in a way that will not look okay. So please, I know for the relationship you started, the people you started with, some of them will change along the line. I understand. Some things will change along the line. Okay. There are certain factors when they do change. You have no option than to also
change.
Advise yourself. But I'm saying that if it is on the basis of what you are getting, or where you've gotten to, for which reason you want to maltreat the person who started with you when you were nobody, then you're not a proper human being. Then it means you're not somebody that you are not, like as unyenipa. Not to say you are an animal, but to say that, like,
you don't have, what is the word, compassion. You're not compassionate.
And you are not. Yes, that's it. Let's use your word.
Yes.
You understand? Because if we all say, when we begin to get some things, it will reflect on who we will relate to.
Yeah.
And stop dealing with the people that used to be there for us. I know that in practical terms, when you progress in life, you will need certain relationships. But that does not mean you should discard the people who you started with. and say, "Well, as for this person now, there it's not in my league, so you go away." You understand? When we do that, then it means you move from marriages to marriages. You move from people to people. And in every relationship, loyalty is fundamental. Even in politics, in girl friendship, and in whatever, in work relationship, loyalty is important. Anybody that said loyalty is massa, there are a lot of people who are more competent than you, but your boss gave you the job. There are a lot of people who can do better morning shows than you're doing today, this morning, Janice. But your boss will look at, okay, even when things were difficult, this lady stuck with us. So why should I? Who is coming next? What's the kind of person I'm going to deal? What if there's difficulty? How would the person react? So everybody will look at that before making a decision. So please, it's something that I think we need to take seriously.
Can we pick a few more?
Because to conclude, everybody you marry today, you will see better version of those people.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Of that person. Anybody that you marry to, the next morning you see someone else, this person there, Charlie, that's it, Charlie. So assuming you are acting on the basis of the new things you see, or the new experiences you are exposed to, and changing your stance on the basis of that, it means you every year you marry like 7, if you have the capacity.
Okay, and so I think we can do a few calls, 1 or 2. So if you want to weigh in on the conversation, 054-102-2318, 054-102-2318. No, I almost didn't pick calls today, but Mr. Techi has called. Hello, Mr. Techi. Hello, Mr. Techi.
Yes, good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Techi.
There is a Papa no studio no. It's better on Guam na ya TV. So me go bon DJ ja. I know you me Alfa. A brother Alfa. I want to say obi a wan ware no to awade fo. Davis. And the only we are ever boy. If you are sorry, do Friday be a munano. Or be the ware sembe munano.
Is that Techi?
So we are here ni sa obeware. Ya na ni ya na kokota kotunje akodinje shi ya brother. So do Friday mo nka ware sem because he's not married. On for married abadu dey. There is me tell you say.
Mr. Techi on cash you.
What's so good out there? And the contingent to the city ahụ. We can get it o so who say mu ya dia. Ogo ko hu na ya you know. Na you know and better than who ya me pa who ka you know in ka ye na afa ni me bi en ka ye da. Eh afa. Wo pa.
Mr. Techi.
I call me there is we are the better me afa na bad do the no be ja there me pa free one for me never intention to so.
Mr. Techi Patron Matia, me that's 054-102-2318, 054-102-2318 if you want to join in on the conversation. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Oh, I'm struggling to hear this caller. Hello, good morning.
Can you hear me?
Yes, please, I can hear you now.
I'm Emmanuel calling from Abuakwa.
Oh, okay. Good morning to you, Emmanuel.
Yeah, good morning, Miss or Miss.
Okay.
The thing with, I'm not referring to RNAQ as in person on, to all of us on. Let's bear in mind, like what Alfa just said. The moment you see someone and you get married to the person, bear in mind that there are other people elsewhere who are far better, or I won't say far better, better in some aspects of life than the one you gotten married to. So, actually, to say, me even my worry baby and one, Madame Patuate, they can't say a man who come a man is up at the Neskayana Tafina working peace. So, no, I was down to say, Obana is here at all 3 showing. If you are back then, now we need can uncover Tawana. It's a big move. Won't tell on.
Yeah.
You see, I want to say, Jabba. Jaba on over one cafe diamond. We are not in shape with what they do. Now, we're now. We're now where you and Yaman on an house a day.
Okay.
So you should bear that in mind.
All right, Emmanuel. Thank you very much for calling. Emmanuel from Mpwakwa. 054-1022-318. 054-102-2318. You can call in. I think we can do just one more call. And then we... Hello, good morning. Hello?
Jenny.
Kobe.
Good morning.
Good morning, Kobe.
It's Alfa and my. Oh, you say, I said, dear Macapa, my idea. And what 3 of our life for no, and one more so more while enough. By me, animal is in nature. No, so when ya, Mammy Panny Papa Pau fee no more shares yet to the war, and you will have it. So, to me, a woman a dorsal pa. Tushi asa anko for na omo fro omo mi nu bewu sedi etie wu obi owu ni bi o onu bewu ni wonko fo bi so onye omo a omo no omo ba life mi so omo be haw eni onu de oboa eni wo bi so omo no omo ba omo check for say ase de wo enti no omo be pe aede akọ enti no omo ba ekwan bi on be faso bia no on be faso so nti na mo de kan prayers ni nkofuo bia on e ma bi ba omo no odi owo nti na omo be pe agi akọ enche no ape divorce no ko eno o ebi su no ayo omo se sikanti no ene ekwan bia wo so obe walu bia ene aduro kura wo de be de wo de be ba san nkofo no so ye de e wo ho one of prayer damas in the more futu. And I walk was said you see Ebenezer, I can say Ebenezer. Oh, Ebenezer, only say Midula of Nagata, no, and Yajuma. Cause Cabibrewa, Nyaka, say police can never have a moon is like. Unim police for no baby, unim or Najin. Oh, and a pedia Buaka for say Mochia or Momojo. Now, yet there's something raging police was narcotic for petrol team, no, especially a Buaka police for and we say anti robbers. No, we say Buaka and Casano. Omobakro no pania real. Oh, where cocaine bawa binti ame da force work for nas no cocaine bawa bintonya me amanfo awia ketekete obonsu obi agir obi ejine fun so woni nteni pa ye ntati aw enso the way si bu omo no gina wa na what filipiti nti no sa de ndie cocaine bawa bu akwa for pomo no omo bokro no anopa ne awia se de oka mufie wa aduane asem eno papa wipe ne tape yo mbetu se ko kefo ne bi se adwuma no because ne taki ba no ba kubu obewi a pant ni we say flat akla flat ni filling bottle pasi akro no kwa no omubo.
Okay, Kobe, thank you very much, Kobe, for joining us as well. I think this is how we will be ending this conversation, but Alpha will continue with the rest. Thank you so much for doing the listening.
So yes, we can pick just some few calls and then we'll start the conversation with Mr. Appleton in studio. Good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Alfa.
Yes, sir, talk to me, sir.
Yo, Afam Daffy. Say, Kwano Kutu police Amokano.
Aye.
And he just wanted to trend on the social media. That's all.
Sir.
no, she said, oh, there's one drugs, no, hard drugs, no, he couldn't have driven correctly to the place where he was arrested. And continue. Oh, now, need down. Name of no person trendy. And yeah, but our anymore, I say. And then to fat and got to titi our because as time goes on, the world keep on changing. Teaching say no more the first thing to do is say or asasi, the main occupation was farming. And no answer was chat asasi or bani portion the amano. No bani the vegetables near Diane, and no one so ye kuku. So already or bani when you say, and what the yen juma. And now, Samuel also no, Omo warrior, Obani ti nebusian for fee, then also to nebusian for fee. And everything that goes on in the marriage is being supervised by both the parents who are in the marriage. So, in the time, be a woman new marriage in a home. And now, Samuel also no more respect for their elders. And the woman can be a woman. Oh, Berman, when you need to say, oh, Papa tells, hey, the way you wait, and you jai will be jai. And so, and your neck. Oh, and no, family in the hole. Be a banya juma, be urban areas, and a year juma. And she can also, and the world is being ruled by money. She can't any problem, no. Obako worry, who shall a katia, who shall income, and so. So, Obano, so, here, Numa, was who here, Numa, oh, and only an a change of my name, a cascasania, the adeno, a debano.
Okay, Martin.
So, and Tina, is because of money.
Okay.
And Tina, marriage, intimate, and your family. That's it.
That's it. That's the submission of agenda. It's making the time to a few minutes after 9. Mr. Joseph Apentin is with me today. The MPP rep will not be able to come, so I will engage him on some topical matters, including special prosecutors. Some people accuse the party that they want to more or less take powers from the special prosecutor because they are not interested in fighting corruption. They want the Attorney General to choose and pick who to prosecute, who not to prosecute. And it is an agenda that they have planned and thought about. And that's what they are implementing. We'll talk to him about it. Also, the issue of unpaid teachers, their demonstration, and the reduction in the price of fuel. Joseph Apentin, good morning.
Good morning, Alfa.
I believe you're doing well.
I'm very healthy.
As usual, your African print is nice.
Oh, thank you very much.
Representing the interest of Ghana.
Sure.
Yeah, selling Ghana to the world.
We have to promote our own and then do.
Very, very necessary. You do it very well.
Yeah, normally possible.
Yeah, you need to be giving some award for that.
You said I should be given an award.
Yeah, you do it very well.
Oh, why not?
You did very well. It's nice.
I have to be at least also help the local industry too.
Yeah. So let's begin our conversation this morning. The discussion surrounding the special prosecutor. I'm sure you've been following it. There was a High Court ruling that said, according to Article 88, prosecutorial powers are vested in the Attorney General. Hence, the special prosecutor cannot prosecute. Some are discussing it within the political context, looking at the political impact of this. They say, you have shown that you were not happy with either the work or the existence of the office. You made an attempt to scrap it. It was the president who intervened and made the members of parliament to stop that process. There was a petition to remove him, the special prosecutor. There's now a new petition by members of the NDC, members of parliament belonging to the NDC, to remove him. And now there's this suit that was filed, and this ruling has come on board. So some look at it and say, oh, NDC an agenda. They are working the agenda, prepare everything according to plan. What's your take on it?
Thank you very much, my brother. And let me extend regards to Comrade Emmanuel Okaminta, our National Youth Organizer aspirant. And to Mr. Samuel Jache, Supremo, who is also an Ashanti Regional Youth Organizer. I think, fortunately for him, yesterday was his birthday. I wish him a belated happy birthday. I think I pray the Lord of Almighty will bless him, and then his heart desire that he fervently prays to the Almighty God of he answers him on the election day for the Ashanti Regional Youth elections. I think, my brother, let me also veer off into the matter you were discussing earlier.
Interested in. Please talk to me.
I think first thing is, you've seen in today's relationship, many times from the feminine side, first of all, they consider where they will have security. So if they see that the person is somebody who is hardworking or maybe financially okay and somebody who can guarantee them some sort of financial security, they might jump onto the person. Okay, like what the Bible tells me, is a man to love, a lady must be submissive. That is what I know. So myself sitting here, if somebody claims that a lady loves, I don't believe it. Because I do believe that once a lady is submissive, all the rest will follow suit. I believe any lady who cannot disrespect you, you can date or marry the person. But in the relationship, all of you must see the worst sides of each other person. If after seeing both and you're still able to cooperate and cope, then you can marry. If not that, me, this infatuation and these fantasies about love and all those things, I seriously don't believe them. Because I do believe that marriage is a journey. And so once that you are ready to marry the person, both of you must see the worst sides of both.
Okay.
So if so, you can cope.
Prepared for.
Yeah, sure. Because then you know that, okay, at worst, this is how the person behaves. So can you be able to cope? If yes, then you continue it. And unfortunately too, social media too is not helping. Because maybe the intention of social media wasn't to pervert. But as it stands now, it has perverted many marriages and relationships. Because of what people see and what people perceive might be the norm, which is not.
I also think it's a decision. You know, some people like it to bring everything about their marriage on social media. So it's like they are it's like that's the platform upon which they express their love, sacrifice, their whatever. So it has a way of also affecting, because then everything will be discussed there. But there are people who they will not come on social media when it comes to their marital affair. Marital issue. No.
So I understand that, because you see me, I firmly believe that even in relationships, you have family members who know each other. When an issue crops up, they must be able to resolve the matter if the people involved are unable.
Yeah.
In marriage, the same thing. I see no reason why when there is an issue in a relationship of marriage, it must be circulated on social media, seeking the views of people. It can be resolved. And the fact is, are the people involved, are they ready to accept whatever decision that will be given by the mediators? That's what also the problem is. Because there are some that they might take a very intransigent posture. That until their will is met, they are not going to give in to whatever advice or suggestions that are given. So I think in today's era, many times I'm like, those of us who are not married, it will take the intervention of God. And yeah, sure, my brother, because because you see, and it's
to take the intervention of God.
And it's a topic
Please,
that
God,
must be.
God intervene for you.
It's a topic that must be.
Why are you scared of marriage?
Okay, no, I'm not scared about marriage, but I believe you have to give more of prayer. I'm telling you.
Like why? Why are you?
But you have to pray more about it, because you've seen you are picking a journey. So you are picking a partner who you have to journey with. So even if you are 30
it's a long
years,
journey,
and then on the average you'll be 70 years.
That's
40 years with somebody. My brother,
if nothing and do happen.
That is it. You've seen in the likely event that all of you are even going to live up to 70 years, as the Bible espouses. So it's not easy. But unfortunately for us, when we are going to get married, we don't look at the spiritual aspect very well. It's more about the appearance and the infatuation.
It's natural that, especially for men, we are told that men will go for what they like.
But at least after the appearance, you have to pray.
All right.
Not sure. After using myself sitting here, I think before you take that journey to marry, you must give more of prayer. At least give more of prayer to it before you venture into it, because it's not easy as people my seat.
It's not easy.
Okay, so my brother, let me come back to
but marry will be easy.
Oh, no problem. At least when I get the right partner, why not? I'll marry.
Everything will be fine.
Then first thing is, let's look at the genesis of this whole Office of the Special Prosecutor and how it was formed. Nobody can turn a blind eye to the political colorization that characterized the creation of that office, because the MPP in opposition made claims, bold claims, that appointees and ministers of the then H. Mohammed's first government were corrupt. And so he was going to deploy every legal means to get them arrested and prosecuted. So back he came, and then to an extent, the Office of the Attorney General were not able to prosecute their cases. So Mr. Akufo-Addo thought it wise that then let me create the Office of the Special Prosecutor. But first thing is,
no, to be fair, Joe, Mr. Akufo-Addo started talking about the need to create the Office of the Special Prosecutor, even in opposition.
My brother, he has his intentions. And
Yeah,
what were the intentions?
in fact, it was part of
the
their
intentions were truly
So,
just to come
like-
and politically prosecute the NDC appointees.
What they told us was that technically they have realized that if a member of a government, so for instance, Mr. Lawyer Anyeni,
Yeah, Dominic
Dominic
Ayeni.
Ayeni, he's a member of the NDC. In fact, he's a member of parliament. He is the one clothed with the authority to prosecute criminal offenses in this country.
So
Do you
established by the Constitution of Ghana.
That's the point I'm making. But they say, practically, if I'm a member of a government, say I'm a colleague minister, and there's accusation of me having engaged myself in corrupt act, the possibility is there that the Attorney General, because he's a member of that same clique, might not be willing or be given the opportunity to prosecute. So what do we do in this circumstance? Okay, we all acknowledge a practical difficulty. Now let's create a separate office, give them the title Special Prosecutor. For them, the difference will be to have the independent, regardless of who is involved, regardless of which political party that person belongs to prosecute them if there is suspicion that they have engaged in corrupt actions. That was the motive and the reasoning behind the creation of the office.
You see, my brother,
It made a lot of sense.
No,
and it makes
the
a lot
excuse
of
is very
sense.
lame. It's very lame. If you tell me that the Attorney General belongs to a political party, and so the Attorney General cannot prosecute his own people, this is a very lame excuse. Because one thing is, there are people that the Attorney General are his colleagues in this government. When there are people undertake anything that is an infraction, the people are arrested. So what stops you from prosecuting them? With all due respect, they are laws. First thing is, the Attorney General cannot prosecute arbitrarily. Neither would the Attorney General suddenly go constitute his own laws to come and prosecute. There are laws that he follows to prosecute. So, you see, it can never be the excuse that the Attorney General can't prosecute. First of all, is the political will by the president to prosecute. It will go through. There are instances.
Have you ever seen a minister being prosecuted by his own Attorney General
Yeah.
in Ghana? Who?
Oh, at least a government appointee, I can talk
I said
of.
minister.
Oh, no, but I think Alhaji Issa, then he was a former minister for sports, if you recall. I think the Black Stars went to play in Sudan, if I recall the story very well. And then money that were given to him got lost. He came and he was prosecuted. Then he was an active, at least minister of the government then. And if not for that, Mr. Abu Gapele. Mr. Abu Gapele was a known NDC member. During H. Mohammed's first term, he was prosecuted. Mr. Philip Asebet. All these were known leading figures of the NDC.
So I use the
But
word.
they were prosecuted.
I use the word minister.
But you see, my brother, the fact is, whether the person is a minister or whoever, the Constitution does not exempt the person from prosecution.
And
that's the first thing.
For since 1992, maybe the only examples we can point is like 4 or 5.
But
It should tell you how rare.
it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be the case.
So,
My
but
point
it
shouldn't
is.
be the case.
But you see, it shouldn't
shouldn't
be.
be the
It shouldn't be is the ideal.
Because the Constitution doesn't grant anybody exemption from prosecution.
It shouldn't be is the ideal position. The realistic position is that it is.
What realistic position?
That
No, my brother,
it's difficult
we
for
lack the
attorney
political will to
generals.
prosecute.
So then we are saying that because of that political will, which is founded on many other reasons, why not create a separate office?
So we created the
To deal
office
with
of the
corruption.
special prosecutor, and what has happened?
What has happened is that
Has he also been able to, like, let's say, in a matter of time, been able to prosecute cases expeditiously
not
as we thought he was going to?
not as expected.
That is it. So, still, no, the excuse that you gave me, it doesn't suffice here. Because if you tell me that the Attorney General is unable to prosecute his colleague ministers, the office of the special prosecutor also came, and he also not done anything special. So, what was the basis? Is my brother, Mr. Akufo-Addo didn't have any good intentions.
But the special prosecutor was going after ministers.
And now who stopped him from going after the ministers? Nobody stopped
Ken
him.
Oforiatta was under his radar, and he was investigating people who were in government at the time. You remember this former minister for sanitation.
But my brother, the High Court ruling never stopped the OSP from investigating.
The fact that OSP...
The matter has to do with the prosecution.
So I'm saying that the fact that OSP is able to go for these people should tell you that he has the independence to do it regardless of who is in power.
Oh, my brother,
Which is a good thing.
going after somebody is one thing. Prosecuting them and then getting a conviction is another thing.
Yes, but I'm saying that the mere fact that he's able to start the prosecution is good or was good.
Oh, it's good.
Yes,
It's commendable.
because usually it
If any government
it
appointee
will
or
not
minister
have happened.
flees the state office resources, the person must be held to account for it.
Yeah.
But my point is, without the office of the special prosecutor, we could have still, it would have still been done. Because, first of all, had we employed many of these state attorneys and elected prosecutors, they could have helped. But bottom line is, if you wanted to create the office of the special prosecutor, you should have devoid it of politics. Because the first person that even Mr. Akufo-Addo appointed was a problem. Why did Mr. Akufo-Addo appoint Mr. Martinamidu?
Because
to
he needed
him, he thought that
independence.
Mr. Martinamidu at that
Because he
time
was
had
not a-
issues
he was
with NDC party functionaries,
his view was
and especially H. Mahama.
His view was that Mr. Martinamidu was not an MPP member, and so he could go or he could investigate members of the MPP. Number two, that Mr. Martinamidu, in his personal capacity, had led, the effort to retrieve resources for the country, to fight corruption. He was called vigilante, whatever. So he has shown that in terms of independent thinking, independence, he has it. So that was perhaps one of the reasons why they appointed him. Even though some of the MPP people were not happy with that appointment, President Akufo-Addo still went ahead. Because he knew that the man can discharge his responsibilities regardless of who is.
And then what did the man tell us? Was not the person that told us that his appointor was the mother serpent of corruption?
Yeah, he said that.
He told us that.
Yes.
So it tells you that the man was brought to come do a hatchet job for Mr. Akufo-Addo.
I doubt.
And yeah, sure. Basically, that was it. Because they thought that Mr. Martinamidu had issues with Mr. Mahama then. So okay, let's appoint him so as when he comes, he will go after the NDC. But you see, that was basically the reason why they appointed Mr. Martinamidu. If not for that reason, I myself sitting here, I don't see anything special that the special prosecutor has done ever since that office has been established. It has always been the normal arrest and the media will talk about it, Ghanaians will also talk about it, and then the matters will die down. For these years, has he been able to successfully even prosecute a single case? It's no. So why then don't we at least take off those powers, give it back to the Attorney General? That Attorney General is only the government appointee who can really prosecute cases. You do the investigations, then you bring it to them. Because the matters have been given to you to prosecute for years, you've not been able to even prosecute a single case. So why then must we still give you that power?
He succeeded in the La Bianca case. I'm sure you recall.
Oh yeah, I think the woman is even dead. She used to be a former Council of State member under Mr. Akufo-Addo.
So that's resources that he retrieved for the country, which is good.
Oh, my brother. The matter that we are discussing now is what the Constitution stipulates. that the Attorney General is the sole body. The Office of Attorney General and Minister of Justice is the sole body that can prosecute matters. That is what we are discussing. Oh. So, as to whether that what Parliament passed breached the Constitution or not, the High Court has ruled.
But so something the High Court lacked. Okay, but they will deal with it.
Whether the High Court lacked the jurisdiction or not,
they will deal with it.
I hear that the Social Officer said the matter to the Supreme Court. So let's wait and see whether the Supreme Court will affirm what the High Court said or dismiss that. We live to see the incoming days will tell us. But myself sitting here, if I look at the resources that has been allocated to the Office of the Special Prosecutor as against the tangible that is delivered, my brother, then they must back up. Yeah, they must seriously back up. I have nothing against Mr. Kisei Jabin. He's a fine lawyer. I think I read a lot about him. I heard a lot about him. But frankly speaking, ever since that he assumed his duties as the Special Prosecutor, my brother, his performance has been very lackadaisical.
But I should tell you that's the difficulty when it comes to
in everywhere in this world, fighting corruption is difficult.
Criminal prosecution.
Because he knew the laborious and onerous duties of the office that he was going to occupy. He knew it. He knew it.
So yes, he needs time. He said.
I don't have any problem.
Let's give them time.
But you see,
time.
You are given a matter to prosecute, and almost every other day is a merry-go-round matter that happens. Okay. And even one thing, your office, the powers that you hold, whether it's been backed by the Constitution or not, has been challenged. And the High Court has given that ruling. Myself, I will never call for the office to be abolished. I won't do that. But if the holder of that office authority to also prosecute is also non-constitutional, I will on any day support that. It's taken out from him. Okay. And even if the right processes are followed through for that right to be given back to him, fair enough. Okay. Because I will not support anything. That is not constitutional. I would not sit here and then support it. That's unconstitutional.
35 after 9 for a decision as to whether his act or omission or the office or their workings or whatever they do is unconstitutional lies within the purview of the Supreme Court to decide. So let's wait and see if the decision will affirm, just like you said, or will be different from what the High Court has done. Now let's talk about teachers. Teachers seem not to be happy in this country at all. There are those who have finished school.
Since time immemorial, public servants have not been happy in Ghana. It's not only teachers.
No, but teachers' issues are quite peculiar. Looks as if teachers, nurses, every now and then you see or you hear them complain about one thing or the other. Now, for the teachers, there are two issues. There are those who want to get employed. You know, the ministry opened portal for.
Yeah, sure. Alicia, I didn't know well last week.
And there are issues that, well, it's like a lot of people couldn't go through. And as we speak,
I think the truth has been told them. The minister said that at this material moment, he has current for 7,000 teachers.
Let me finish.
So when he's not absorbing, he can't employ again.
Let me finish with the question. So there are those who want to get in. Unfortunately, they have not gotten in, and they are raising concerns. Number two, there are those who have gotten postings working for a year, some for more than a year, yet to be paid. Yesterday, some of them told chilling stories of their conditions. As a member of the governing New National Democratic Congress, what's your position on this? Do you sympathize with them? Do you think, would you urge government to act in a way that will ensure that they will quickly get their salaries?
I will on any day sympathize with any public servant who has worked for these months and hasn't been paid. But first of all, what are the processes that you go through before you become a public servant? It must also be considered. Per the videos that I've even watched, some are even clamoring for staff IDs. That they say they don't even have staff IDs. So if you don't have a staff ID, how on earth will you be paid? Because the appointment letter that we're giving to you, financial clearance must also come from the Ministry of Finance. Oh, you seen the MPP created all this mess. It was my brother. It's true.
MPP created a mess.
Yeah, it was the haste by which they wanted to deploy every means to hoodwink Ghanaians to vote for and retain them. That has led us into this. Because how on earth that you want to employ without financial clearance? The teachers, they themselves, they said it. Some said that they don't even have staff IDs. He said, my brother, let us be honest with ourselves. And one thing that I even find a bit like embarrassing is the means by which the teachers also act themselves in public. Yesterday I saw a lady with the baby at the back.
Do you appreciate what they are going through?
No, my brother, you see, I do appreciate it.
Just imagine for a minute working for even a month
but
without salary.
My brother,
these are people who have worked for a year without salary.
Somebody gave you an appointment letter.
It's frustrating, isn't it?
No. You see, somebody gave you an appointment letter to go teach. At that time, he didn't give you.
They are not fighting with the NDC. They are fighting with government.
So
government will change. Political parties will change, but government remains the same.
On those demonstrations. It's a bit nauseating.
It is not.
No, because
have you realized? Do you know what they are going through? What they are going through is not nauseating.
Oh no. What are you going through?
The fact that you have worked for a year without salary. How do they eat? Have you thought about it? How do they clothe themselves? How do they pay? It's not about who caused it.
You say so?
Governance.
You give the government some time for them to address your concerns.
It's 1 year. More than a year.
They
should wait till the end of the fourth year.
It's not that simple. It's not that simple.
But they too, it's not that simple for them. It's difficult for them.
So will you continue every day, go pick it there and demonstrate?
That is what is going to get.
Meanwhile, there's no solution to
it.
It
is not just for the camera. It is for the results.
No. Myself sitting here, I think it's for the cameras.
No, it's not for the cameras. It's for results.
It was drama.
It's frustration.
It was contrived drama. You sit on the floor wailing.
It is not drama. It is an expression of their frustration. That's what they are going through.
Nobody is not sympathizing. Everybody is sympathizing with them. And I'm not sitting here and be sympathetic towards their concerns.
Mm-hmm.
But remember, first thing is, you are given appointment letters without financial clearance. A new government has taken over. The government must first of all do forensic auditing for them to know that indeed, if all of you are qualified teachers and indeed you are at your
do you think it has to take the government a year, more than a year to do so?
Listen.
I mean, if government wants to do it, they can do it in 3 months.
It can take because.
I mean, what kind of work is that? That you need to take 1 year to know who is a teacher, who deserves to teach.
You see, it can take because they might. No. It's a fact. It can take because it has to go through a meticulous process before they can really get to know who is a teacher.
The government is not being meticulous enough.
We are here fighting issues of ghost names. So it's not everybody who comes.
Do you think it's an issue of knowing who is indeed a teacher or not, or is an issue of money?
Oh,
unavailability of money.
No. But just
non-privatization of the teaching.
Just last week, the Minister of Finance gave them clearance for 7,000 teachers to be employed. Okay. So I don't think it's an issue of our money.
No, you see,
because the people involved, they don't even have to say 7,000.
We are dealing with two different matters. There are those who are yet to be recruited. The 7,000.
Sure.
There are those who have been recruited, worked, yet to be paid. So some of them have gotten just a month pay. So they are demanding for their.
You are recruited and then you've not been paid.
Yeah.
You've not been paid means there are some hitches there, maybe between the Minister of Finance and the Controller Accountant General. So it must be resolved. And if it must be resolved, they must take their time.
In their view, it is taking too long for that to be resolved.
But then
more than a year is too long, isn't it?
You see, what can you do?
366 days. You've not been able to resolve the problem.
The only thing that you can do is you even have recognized teacher unions.
No, they have to tell you what they are going through. You have to practicalize, dramatize.
For the sake of politics, we keep on encouraging this attitude, and I think it's very bad.
It's not for the sake of politics. It's for the sake of livelihood.
No,
this is their livelihood.
So for the sake of livelihood,
this is what they depend on. This is what they have learned. This is the trade they ply. This is how they feed their families. This is how they pay their rent. So it's not. They are not interested in politics.
So every other
if you give them their money, they will not come.
No. So every other day,
I'm coming. Let's see, or let's wait. Let the government pay them and see if they will come onto the street. They will not come. So the difference, or what is motivating their actions, it's not politics. It's not which party is in government. It's not which minister is handling the affairs. It is them getting their due, something they have worked for. Pay them. That's what they're interested in.
I will encourage. So first thing is, you have teacher unions, you have NAT and NAGRAT. So if you have any concerns, you have to exhaust the internal mechanism.
They have
first.
exhausted it. They have informed their leadership.
Almost every day, you go, you pick it. So the number of times that you've picketed, what have been the results?
Because the results is not coming.
So why don't you petition through your organized professional teaching bodies?
There is the freedom.
So as for the leaders to also go front
there
for
is
you.
the freedom to protest, and you see.
But nobody has taken that freedom away from them.
No, that's what the point I'm making is that you sitting here may choose to maybe write a press release. Somebody will choose to go and complain to somebody. Somebody have chosen to demonstrate. I don't think we should.
I'm not against the demonstration.
On the option they have chosen.
But I'm just offering an advice to them that, first of all, they are professional teachers.
Why don't you advise the government to pay them? That should have been easier. Because if the government pays them, end of story.
I know the government is going through a
there will be no
process
problem.
to first of all identify them before they pay them.
Okay.
So at the right time, government will do so. But as the government hasn't paid, I won't encourage you that every day you move, you go pick it there. It's not helping. First of all, exhaust the internal.
And you think they have not exhausted it?
They've not. Because please, did you see any NAT or NAGRAT leadership there? No, it's just about those who are, and it's not proper. You say
it's not proper. Is it proper for government to deny them their salary?
But my brother, it's not proper government denying your salary.
So why, if you are acting improperly, you should not expect proper action or response?
Okay, they can continue picketing.
Yes, because they think that's how they will get the results.
All what I can tell you is
it's about life and death.
This government,
they have to survive.
The government will take steps to address their concerns, but I will advise them that they first of all, every other day they must petition their leaders before they embark on these demonstrations.
If they petition and they are not getting it, they should continue to petition.
If they petition and they are not getting results. Yeah. But have you heard that they petition and they didn't get results?
Yes, I've heard. Some of them have spoken that they have spoken to their leadership, written to their leadership, written to the ministries, written to...
No, I'm coming. And then have any of the leaders of their professional bodies corroborated what they've said?
No, it's not about corroboration.
No, you see, my brother, it can also be a lie that they've also not petitioned them.
No, even if let's assume it's a lie. Let's assume they are a bunch of liars. Even if they have not used your method that you have... I'm coming. Even if they have not used their...
That is the best means.
If I've not used their method that you've recommended, they, in the circumstance they find themselves, think that this option is also an effective option. The point they are making is that the problem
is an effective option.
They think.
No. You've picketed for not more than 3 times. Results haven't been achieved. How is that an effective option?
No. Anytime they pick it, they get promises.
The cameras go. Yeah,
anytime they pick it, they get promises.
So why don't you, first of all, petition your leaders for them to go meet?
It is not a matter of...
They
have moved beyond petitions. Even their drama, you say, is not working.
Oh, yes,
petition never working. Even the thing you think is the action of last resort. That one they have done it on 2 or 3 and no crown fire. You want them to continue to write petition to who will do what?
Okay, so to you, demonstration is the last resort.
But
it shouldn't
be. What can they do?
You see,
beyond demonstration, what else?
You join professional bodies organized by government. Petition them, let leaders go, sit on the table with the...
And if they do it and it's not working, what should they do? They should keep quiet.
They've not done it.
Do you understand?
No, they've not done it. Because if they've done...
Do you understand what it means to work for a year without salary? To go to work with hunger?
You can't afford this government.
To start. It's not about faulting the government.
No, you can't afford this government.
Who is in charge? Who is responsible for paying?
This government is in charge.
So I'm saying that. I'm coming. When the NDC were in opposition,
he will pay you.
When the NDC were in opposition, did teachers demonstrate at the NDC headquarters? No. At every point in time, you are a public worker. There is somebody who is responsible for paying you, and at every point in time, there is government in charge. You said what the M people were doing were terrible. They were incompetent. They didn't know what they were doing. You are coming to do things better. The teachers have worked.
Sure.
They expect better treatment. And better treatment will mean that when you work, you get paid.
But
so it's not about who is it. It's not about NDC and PP in this
there
matter.
There won't be any single public servant that this NDC government will recruit who will go to the Ministry of Finance to pick it for the non-payment of salaries.
So why they
because first of all, they will seek financial clearance before they grant out these appointment letters. You say it was a haste. You can't push all the blame on this government. The government has stepped in.
The point of
your concerns have raised.
The point of failing
for them to find a solution.
The point of failing to acknowledge. You think you think this conversation?
At the right time, government will find a solution.
You think this conversation is about the teachers are not? It is not partisan politics they are doing. No,
it's not partisan politics.
Yesterday,
did you hear the commentary?
I'm coming. I'm coming.
No, my brother. What is not partisan politics?
I'm coming.
Yesterday,
I'm coming.
Listen to the interview.
I'm coming.
And the way they were speaking.
You see, how should they speak?
No, if you're a public servant, you speak aside.
Do you understand what it means to go hungry for a year? No, relax. No. Are you understanding the difficulties they are going through as teachers?
My brother.
No. How many people can work for a month without salary?
They are internal mechanisms that they have to exhaust. if right now the cliche is every other person will gather pickets, they can continue picketing. But I can tell them that the minister has accepted their concerns. They are working towards that, and at the right time, their salaries will.
My advice to you and all the other NDC people is on some of these matters tone down a bit, because you see, the more we speak the way we are speaking, it sends a different signal. It may send a different impression.
What different impression?
That there is the words, the position, the pushing might smack of insensitivity.
Because, no, my brother, it's not true.
I'm going.
No, it's not true.
At every point in time, you seem to fail to appreciate somebody working for a year, pregnant woman, or person with a child, having to pay rent, having to pay transport fares, having to eat, having to bear all of these expenses, working for a year without salary, and you expect their attitude to be normal.
I sympathize with them.
No, it's like you think they should write petition. You seem to do not appreciate the enormity of what they are dealing with.
I won't also sit here and for the sake that you've not been paid, you deployed an unprofessional means to go pay.
What is unprofessional?
It's not professional.
What is unprofessional? Okay, let me read some messages. This one says, "Good morning, please. I have a question for Joe. Assuming he's the one that has been employed and worked for at least 6 months without payment, will he continue working silently or protest for his payment? See, let's not do everything in this country with politics. Let's accept our flaws and mistake, correct them, and move on." Your guess is okay. This is from Benjamin from Cronin. Benjamin, thank you very much for joining us this morning with your message. Joe, we have just 2 minutes to go. Let's talk about fuel. It's been reduced. Diesel 2 cedis and petrol 36 pesos or 32, 36 pesos. Yeah. What's your view on it?
Okay, my brother, you see, let me wrap up on this. Nobody is not sympathizing with the teachers. But I will sit here and tell you that it's the MPP government that created this mess. They employed them without financial clearance. The Ministry of Finance has accepted it. They are working towards it. So the only thing that they can do is exercise some restraint and patience. The ministry will pay them. That's all what I can say. Because there's nothing. I can't conjure magic for them to be paid. I cannot.
No, you're not in the position
Good.
to help.
And the minister too cannot conjure magic for them to be paid.
But the minister
they
is in
will
the
take
position
time.
to help.
He's a position. And what has he said?
Is 1 year not enough?
But do you know the works behind the scenes that they are also undertaking?
Which work is these?
I can't tell. I can't sit here and tell.
So they should tell them.
I can advise
they should tell the teachers how difficult is it, because they keep promising them that they will solve it.
So I will just beg them that picketing and demonstration.
Why would you beg government to quicken the process?
Government is quickening the process.
No, I'm saying instead of begging the teachers, because you see, there's a way. If the government pays them, solution. That's a quick. There's no problem. Why wouldn't you put pressure?
Has government said he's not going to pay them?
Has government paid them?
They've not paid them yet.
So why wouldn't you say government quicken the process to pay them?
Payments won't come that easy. it goes through a meticulous process.
Do you think their
So
lives?
their
Do you
process-
think their
their
lives?
process are-
Do you think their lives are easy now?
With that one, I can't say that because
Do
I
you think they're
can't-
finding things easy? Like they are
Oh,
everything
no.
is
For
okay
somebody
with them?
working without salaries, you're not finding it easy.
So that's why they.
But the only thing
Yeah,
the government can also tell you is exercise patience and restraint. They are going through the process at the right time. You'll be paid.
Why wouldn't government quicken the process rather?
But as we sit here, how can we tell if government is quickening the process?
If the government is quickening the process, you will see in the results.
Okay, so let's wait. You break it yesterday.
For how long should they wait? Till when? When?
Oh, at least within the shortest
No, that's
possible time.
you. Short possible time could be 3 years.
No, for sure. No.
But it's already one
will take
and a
3
half
years.
something.
You see,
What's the guarantee?
Whatever be it, yesterday, a rep went there to take their petition. This
They have been
government-
taking petitions.
No, I'm coming. This government is one that is very sensitive. We can assure the teachers that within the shortest possible time, their salaries will be paid, and then whatever issues surrounding their salaries will be rectified and then will be corrected. But brother, let me come to what this good government has done. You see, I just got to Kumasi this morning from Aburi. I've traveled way from the night. I just got here just 30 minutes and then I entered to the studio. I think there is one thing that all of us must thank H. Mahama for. Like what he said, that in his first government, he made mistakes, and to err is human. He has learned a lot, and from the 8 years of misgovernance that Mr. Akufo-Addo took us through, H. Mahama is one that has been very sensitive to the cause of Ghanaians. We all knew that some months back, we recorded the lowest levels that we could have purchased fuel in Ghana here. Even to an extent, petrol was being sold at 9 cedis per liter. And I think diesel was around 11 cedis or something. We all knew what happened. This conflict between Iran, Israel, and the US made the Strait of Hormuz be closed. And we all knew that a larger quantity of the crude oil that we need, the cargo ships ferry them through that enclave. It resulted in the prices increasing. But here that you see the difference between MPP and NDC, H. Mahama called for an emergency cabinet meeting. And at the emergency cabinet meeting, those that the government controls, the components that the government controls, in this case, the tax and levies and the BDC margins, the government has intervened for a reduction. And then let's all just plead, let us all plead that the conflict will assuage so as the prices naturally will come down. But this is for a month. And per the directive that came after the month, if still the conditions are the same, government will still meet and take a decision on the way forward. So I would just plead with Ghanaians that this is the government that they voted for. They should have absolute confidence in this government. And H. Mahama and his appointees are ever ready to listen to them on any subject matter. Because for a government to sit and absorb some amount of monies from the levies and the bust margins, it tells you that the government is very sensitive. Unlike Mr. Akufo-Addo's government, who would have pushed all the burden on the suffering Ghanaian. At least government has stepped in. They've mitigated the suffering to an extent. 2 cedis on diesel is much.
Okay.
So at least if you are buying it at, let's say, 18 cedis, and today you are buying at 16 cedis, you are making 2 cedis out of it.
Okay.
Which one you combine them into something bigger? You combine them into a larger figure. It can really help you save something.
Okay.
So please, they should just have patience. We just hope and pray that the conflict will reduce and then the conflict will stop and then the prices naturally will fall. Because kudos to Mr. Eduji Tabaklo at the MPA. He's doing a very good job at the MPA. And ever since that he assumed office at the MPA, all Ghanaians will attest to the good work that he has done at the National Petroleum Authority.
Thank you very much. Joseph Apentin is a member of the NDC's communications team in the region. He joined us this morning. Maxwell Ofosu should have joined us, but he couldn't because of 1 or 2 engagements. Hopefully next week he will join us. That's our show for now. I was here with Janice Obukwajima. I was here with Mark. My name has been Alfa Ali. For now, Yakramo, God willing, we'll meet on Monday for another edition of the Orange Sunrise. Have a very good morning.